Okay, we are going to be doing some videos from my friends across the ocean, somewhere far away. And just like oriented here, I'm going to be using the same deck, the same clarifiers, and we're going to try to do 3 readings that have been requested. And we're going to be using the same deck I used last time. I put a link to that deck when I'm finished in the description below. The first one is Everything Goes. I'm going to do the reading for you. You requested for Jin BTS. So we're going to do the same kind of layout as before. This is called the Horseshoe spread. And we're going to see how it's going to go for Jin of BTS in the next couple months. And let's get started. I had a big response for the videos I did. I don't know, they probably was it 2 months ago? I can't remember. I've been doing a lot of writing. I'm writing a book right now. I'm writing several actually. And so I've been very busy and I haven't been doing any kind of YouTube videos. Today, because of the snow and I'm have done a lot of writing this week, I want to get this done for the people that have requested readings. I have Sheeta has asked for one, and Elodie has asked for one, and Everything Goes. So those 3, I'll be doing those 3, hopefully this morning or this morning early afternoon. The dog may be barking. I'm sorry about that. Okay. So the first one is for Everything Goes. This is for Jin BTS. And Jin shared with me that Jin's birthday is coming up in December. That would make him a fire suit, a fire sign, a Sagittarius. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure because he was born in Korea, I'm assuming, how that works, but I'm sure it's still probably more or less the same sort of signs because he's in the middle of the fire sign there in Sagittarius. So I'm going to pick for his significator, and he's going in the service apparently. So I'm going to pick a Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands. So let's find the Knight of Wands. So I'm looking for a significator for Jin and Knight of Wands. There's the Page of Wands. My boyfriend did these cards, and they're quite lovely. And I was told that the readings from last time were quite good, so we want to stick with them. The Knight of Wands. Here it goes. So he's going in the service. There's kind of an apropos card. He's a fiery knight going in with great energy into the future. It looks like he's going in the past, but actually he's currently going to be going into the service, apparently. So we're going to look to see how let's see how he's heading the next 2 months. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's just that I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I enjoy tarot. I enjoy the art, and I enjoy the history. And they are sort of uncanny, which is sort of interesting. Again, this is for Everything Goes. Okay, let's begin. Horseshoe spread. I like the horseshoe spreads. It's pretty easy to read. if you are learning tarot, I would think that might be a nice way to learn how to read tarot. And we'll do some qualifiers as needed. So I'll make sure we get that all in the viewfinder here. I'm doing something new. I'm actually going live uh, to move the process along a little quicker. So here we are. Here we start. And we're a recent past. Magician, isn't that interesting? Magician is the number one of the tarot deck, the major arcana, and it's sort of magic. It's the magician's card. It's the one of the major arcana cards, and it's when the fool comes into being, and it's all the magical aspects of the elements that bring him into being, that make him start to become whole, and it's a magical time. So I would say that he has Jin of BTS has had some really interesting, unusual happenings recently that have changed him. That had, or maybe not changed him, but were magical in his life. Surprises that were magical that made a huge impact. That's what the magician does. And where he is now, the Knight of Pentacles. So here we have an interesting situation with the Knight. I was told that he was going into the service, and here we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is another knight. You know, that's a service. I would say a card. Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving knight. It's not a fast knight. It's very thoughtful and not rash at all. And it's interesting because of his sign, he is a fire sign, but the Pentacle signs is an earth sign. So what you have here is you have this fire and earth, which sort of um, they're very different. One is a very active energy, and then the other one is a more laid back energy. So it shows that he may be approaching this new entrance into the military with caution, some caution, but he's going willingly, and he's up for it. The Knight of Pentacles is a very practical knight, so that's good. He's going in with the practical, with his good head on his shoulders. Um, his hidden influences are the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a wonderful card. It's having achieved position and power, and it's a happy card. It's a very successful card. His influences in his current situation are his successes. He's had a lot of success, and that's a nice thing to have at your back. So hidden influences are his success that he's experienced, and that will be a comfort to him, and that will have him move forward. Obstacles. The Six of Pentacles. We have another Pentacles. We're having a lot of Pentacles here, which I'll talk about in a minute. So the Six of Pentacles, his obstacles. A Six of Pentacles is where you're giving of yourself and your nature. Now that's an obstacle. Could he be giving too much of himself? Or could that be a problem if he gives too much of himself? That seems like not possible because he has so much wealth. But it shows the Six of Pentacles is helping others, but it's considered his obstacle. So maybe it will maybe come in the way of his music. Maybe he's helping others. Maybe he's changing. Maybe instead of making money, he's becoming more philanthropic or more helping others in some kind of way. But it's considered an obstacle. Now, it may be an obstacle for him, or maybe an obstacle for people that know him. I don't know. Here is the community card is the Wheel of Fortune. And that's interesting. That's a powerful card. It shows change. The Wheel of Fortune is when things go up and things come down, but it's a constant cycle. So there shows, as far as community is concerned, there'll be a change. Some days he'll be up, some days they'll be up, some days they'll be down. There's this constant motion with the community around him. That's interesting. If he is out of the limelight, then the community may move on to something else that inspire them or they like. I don't know, but they will come back around again. Now, where does Saul lead? It leads to the Page of Wands. I think we saw that. Didn't we see that last time? I'm not sure. So again, he's going to be where all this is going is him heading towards the future with a renewed energy and a renewed passion. I know I've seen this card in one of these readings, but I'm not sure which one it was. That's it. This is a wonderful little card here, because I thought I remember seeing it and thinking, it's this group, and it could be, he's leading the group and going forward. So that he's still going to be doing that. And the final outcome of that is the King of Swords. King of Swords is a powerful sword, a thought sword. It's an idea sword, and it's a communication sword, a communication suit. It's the element of air, where you have your inspiration and your issues of the mind and communication. So he has this King of Swords that I think is leading him again to his music, because he is a musician or a singer. That is coming up as this transpires. He's going to find a tremendous either supporter. It could be a person in his life, a fiery person, not a fiery, someone who's could be supporting him with his music or with his communication or with his mind. There's something here, this King of Swords. It's a powerful, but it could also be someone in his life that will be affecting him in a good way. I'd say that generally this is really good for him. See a lot of growth. I see a lot of success. Let's look at this Magician down here. Let's cut the same thing, bring it this way. Magician's a great card. I very rarely pull this card. So we have the Magician, we have Judgment, we have another major arcana. We have the Ten of Cups, which is another wonderful card. And we have the Four of Wands, which is another fiery element to the reading. So the Magician is going to bring out a lot of interesting aspects to his life. There'll be Judgment. There's a continuation. This is the very beginning of the deck of the majors, and this is the very end. So it's almost comes full cycle. But for me, and whenever I pull the Judgment card, it's always about forgiveness. At some point, there may be something that he is being forgiven, or he forgives someone else as he moves forward. The Ten of Cups is a wonderful card to have. It's success with family and friends. And the Four of Wands is a celebration. So we have with this card a lot of good things coming out of it. And that's the recent past. We have to remember where it is in the reading. Let's go to this. The Six of Pentacles, that is the obstacle. Now, this is where we find someone who's altruistic, who's giving, who's sharing in his wealth, who's supporting others. So let's see what clarifiers are. Well, there's the Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles, which is money and power. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Hermit card. Interesting. So what does this mean? It definitely looks to me like there's definitely something going to be This is an obstacle, but I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's the obstacle that's what's changing in his life and how he's going to come to terms with the changes in his life as he goes into the service. Um, one, there'll be a two of pentacles. Twos are choices. Twos are there are a lot of things with twos, but pentacles they're sort of it's a balancing act, of what you have to do. You'll have to you'll be challenged to make some decisions and make some balancing. Maybe balancing um, having money and not having money. Maybe balancing being popular and not being popular. Maybe balancing, a hectic like a life for a life that's more subdued. But then how does he handle that? With Ace of Swords, it's a new beginning. The Ace of Swords is thinking of things in a new way. And so even though he may have this challenge to do good for others, and where you're juggling things, he then has the Ace of Swords, which is a new way of thinking. It's a brand new path that he'll be taking. And that path will involve him being more hermit-like, more going inward, more um, self looking into his self to see where he is and where he wants to go. So this Six of Pentacles, I think, involves a lot of introspection, a lot of juggling, and it's going to lead him in a new direction of thinking and of communication. We're going to look at his community, and these are his fans. Let's see what's going on with his fans. Right now, it's a wheel of fortune. In other words, up and down. As you go up, you come down. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So that's interesting, and this kind of shows a lot of variation as well. You have the Eight of Pentacles. That's where you fine tune whatever you're working on. You try to make it better. Now, this is the community we're in, so I guess the community may be maybe wanting something or something more from you, from him. The Queen of Cups is a very loving queen, a very emotional queen, a very giving queen. And then we have the Seven of Wands, which is a struggle of some kind. So I'm thinking maybe with the Wheel of Fortune, we have this circular, we have a lot of different kinds of people in that crowd. Some of them, they're looking to see, I mean, they're perfecting. It's something with money and perfection of a skill. Maybe they're hoping that whatever they know about Jin, they'll be listening or playing more of his songs, seeing how important that was to them, and loving him for that. In other words, they'll be replaying some of the past, and maybe they will be seeing it in a different way. But it shows some changes as well. The Seven of Wands, this is the fiery suit that's changing. It's a challenge. So the community will have. So I think seems to me some nostalgia with him, melancholy, but still very much with him. Let's look at the King of Swords. If this is a person or if this is just something that will change him dramatically into the King of Swords, the King of Thought, the King of Communication. Whoops. Whoa, what did I do here? Is it went backwards or forwards? Okay, let's do this again. I'm not sure what I did with this deck. The Hierophant. Wow, this is interesting. This is getting interesting. Hierophant, The Knight of Swords, all the sword energy. Oh my goodness. And the 10 of Pentacles, which was over here. Okay, well, the future is really interesting for this young man. Um, now, the swords is anything to do with mind and communication. It could be also with music, but it's something I would say mind and communication because he got the Hierophant there. He's another one who's about study and thinking and legal issues and pacts. So we have this very analytical energy that's coming out here through the swords, the mind, the thought. The Hierophant is another thinking mind thought. Uh, the Knight of Swords moving forward with all this analytical energy, not creative energy, analytical. And it shows with that energy that he has, he'll receive a lot of success again, a lot of success with money. So there's something about over here where he's going to become very discriminating. It's so much so that it will be dramatic, and maybe I don't know what he's going to do, but there's something that he's thinking about that's challenging him, and that he will grab onto and go forward with. There's the Knight of Swords, and then there's the Ten of Pentacles, which means another success, very successful person. So there you have it. I think with him, he will do very well, Jin, and he has a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy going for him. I do see a change here with the Six of Pentacles, where he is has to he has to weigh things. He starts on a new journey of being analytical, and he has to go inward to figure out where he's going. But he's very successful at whatever he chooses to do. Okay, so that's my reading for Everything Goes for Jin BTS, and I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Have a great day.